Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to my channel. My name is Alberto. So I was walking around my garden thinking about what to do in the next video, and I saw the rhubarb is starting to come up. So why not make something with rhubarb? I can pull it out like this. Perfect. This is all I need, basically. When I think of rhubarb, I think of rhubarb pie. I don't want to make a pie. I'm gonna make a tartelette. And I found something here in my garden growing that would be nice as garnish. These flowers right here. And they taste like, I don't know if you have them in the rest of the world, but in Sweden we have something called Yenka chewing gum. It tastes exactly like this chewing gum. Now that I have my rhubarb and my flowers, it's time to go into the kitchen and make the shell for the tartelette. Okay, so now we're back in the kitchen and it's time to make the dough for the tart. What you'll need is some flour, icing sugar, cubed cold butter, and some eggs. And you want to make this dough one day beforehand, or at least leave it in the fridge for a few hours. I need to shift the flour so we don't have any clumps, and also the icing sugar. Perfect. And add it to the food processor. And I'll add some of the cubed butter, maybe half of it. Splits it. And keep on adding the rest. Should look like this, quite sandy. And I'll add one egg. Should be done. Onto my clean working surface. And the rest you work by hand. Super simple recipe. And it should look like this. I'm gonna taste it. Good. You don't have to vacuum seal it, you can put it in a Ziploc bag or just some foil around it. Now the dough is going to be resting in the fridge for a few hours. In the meantime, I'll prepare the rhubarb. Cut off the leaf. And also this white bottom part. And now I'm gonna peel them by simply putting the knife on the skin and pulling it like this. Now I'm gonna cube them. Again with the small knife. I could have used a bigger knife. I'm gonna put them in the vacuum bag. And this right here is preserved Japanese knotweed. If you don't know what it is, it's like a weed in your garden that you can't get rid of. It spreads like wildfire and gardeners hate it, everyone hates it. But I like it because it's tasty. Raw, it kind of reminds of rhubarb and it looks like an asparagus because it's acidic, crunchy, like a rhubarb. but this has been laying here in a sugar syrup for a year, and it has developed a flavor that reminds me of black tea. So I'm gonna take this juice and put it into here and marinate them in this juice. Three, two, one, go! Okay, good. I'm gonna cut these on the mandolin, very thin. And I'll put these in the backpack as well. Like this. Delicious. You can taste the tea flavor from the Japanese knotweed. I'll take the juice from this and I'm gonna heat it up behind me. Perfect. Smells so good. So I'm gonna cool this down in the fridge. So it's been cooling down now. I'm gonna pour it into the bag. And these green rhubarbs is going to take the color from the skin and also the flavor from the Japanese knotweed. I'm gonna vacuum seal it now and compress all its color into the green rhubarb. Okay, so it's kind of pinkish in the color right now. So the dough has been resting now for a couple of hours in the fridge. These are my molds for the tart. You can actually freeze this. I'm gonna dust my working surface with some flour, grab my mini mattarello, roll out the dough. Something like that. I didn't have anything round to cut it with, so I'm gonna cut this with this square. Doesn't matter. Because I'm gonna put it onto here, press down in the bottom, and then press up on the edges. So it looks something like this now. I'm not going to cut off the edges, I'm going to freeze it and then cut off the edges, because then you get a smoother edge and you don't break it. I'm going to preheat my oven to 170 Celsius, of course. Same thing with the other one. I'll make you move like your boots are on fire. I'll make you jump like you touch a live wire. Okay, this has now been in the freezer. I'm gonna cut the edges. I like to groove it. He likes to groove it. If I bake it like this, the top will just rise up and it won't be flat. So I need something to push it down. So I made these bean bags in plastic foil and I'll put them right on top here. And I'll bake it on 170 Celsius for I don't know how long, we'll see. I think somewhere in between 15 and 20 minutes. Okay, let's check it. Like 1, 2, 3. Clap your hands, just clap them for me. Give them a clap. Looks good. I think I'm gonna bake it without this for a few minutes to get it all even and golden brown. Woo. So it's baked now. It's perfect. Slightly too much color. But I like it. It looks good, right? I was thinking a bit about the raw marinated rhubarb, and I don't like it actually. It's too sour. I want a bit more sweetness. So to add more sweetness, I'll add some of the birch syrup from the birch syrup video. If you haven't watched it, go and watch when I tap some birch sap and turn it into dark syrup. Oh! Ugh! Yeah, definitely. One. 1 tablespoon would be enough. Oh, maybe 1.5. Yeah, now we're talking. Taste it. Okay, so we've got the rhubarby flavor, the acidity, and then we got the dark, woody, burnt flavor from the birch syrup. And they all come from the same garden. The birch syrup is from the garden over there, and the rhubarb is from the other side of the garden. Very local rhubarb. Okay, so this one is ready. Whew! Yeah, this looks better. It's hot. So another condiment for this dish is some cream. I'm gonna lightly whisk. I'm gonna flavor it with some woodruff. Something like this. This is perfect. It's not solid, but it's not liquid either. Woodruff is an herb that kind of tastes like tonka bean. If you don't know what a tonka bean is, it's like this bean from India that has kind of vanilla flavor and a smell to it. So I'm putting some of the herbs in this blender. And I'm gonna blitz it until it's a powder. Oh, I'll take some of the powder and sprinkle on top of the cream like this. Whisk it in carefully, give it a taste. To the cream I'm also gonna add some icing sugar. Wow, perfect. Okay, so we have everything ready. We have this tartelette shell, the raw marinated rhubarb in birch syrup, the thinly sliced flowers, and the woodruff infused cream. I'm also going to use some condensed milk that's also infused with woodruff. Okay, so let's plate it. We need one more thing. Let me get it in the freezer. This is what I wanted to get. These are some wood ants. Super, 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 super acidic. It's like a gooseberry when it's unripe. And if you smell it like this, it's like opening a vinegar bottle and smelling it. So come closer and let's plate it. I'll start out with some condensed milk in the bottom for the shell to stay in place. Then cover the bottom with some condensed milk. Then I'm gonna put some of the raw marinated rhubarb. And then some of the thinly sliced along the sides like this. A little cannel of the whipped cream. I'm gonna add some of the Japanese knotweed. Time for the flowers. Last but not least, the ants. Some of the woodruff powder. And there we have it. All right, so let's try this. First taste that hits me is the woodruff. Then we have the asparagus, the acidity from the ants and from the raw asparagus. We have the creaminess from the condensed milk, the crunchiness from the shell, the sweetness from the cream and the milk. It's very well balanced. Buonissimo. So yeah, I guess that's it. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I upload videos. Thank you very much. Take care. Ciao!